Guys, what's going on? I am doing yet another review today, so really pumping them out. So I joined the NetPicks 5-day income trader. If you want to learn more about this, there's two ways to do it. The first one is to click the link in the description below. It'll take you to basically their webinar page that lets you learn more about Iron Condor trades, and will also give you the best possible deal to join this 5-day income trader service by Jay Soloff. Before I get into the full review, I just wanted to point out that we do have a service. Lance from Theta Traders and I and Phil run a service where we actually do daily spreads, not necessarily iron condors, although Lance does do some iron condors at a fixed time every day. They're not always iron condors, sometimes they're just bare spreads. It doesn't matter too much, but it is kind of a similar system, except instead of once a week or so, you get them every single day. So this is definitely worth checking out. I think the value is very, very high for what you get, and people are really loving this service. You can see the 2024 profits way outweighed SPY and the Qs for this service. So definitely check it out. 92% return on the account in 2024, 91% win rate. So really good system, and it's daily at a fixed time. So definitely come and check that out. I'll leave the link in the description below for you guys. All right, let's get started with NetPicks. So here's the review that I did. NetPicks 5-day income trader. Basically, the idea is that you're entering a Iron Condor on a Monday, and then you are basically taking profits by the Friday. That's kind of the hope for a lot of these things. If you haven't heard of Jay Soloff, the name was pretty well known to me, but I didn't really know much about him, like I'd heard of him. He runs the 5-day income trader at NetPicks, and it looks like he's an expert in lots of different styles, including iron condors. He's a very seasoned options trader with about 20 years of experience. So yeah, he has a fairly extensive background in investing, including being a floor trader in Chicago, trading software consultant on Wall Street, a hedge fund analyst, and he does a lot of writing and stuff as well, including running services like this one, his 5-day income trader. So what exactly is the NetPicks 5-day income trader? If you know, just hang around and I'll show you inside the dashboard in just a few minutes. Just wanted to go through some of my review here. And so basically, it's quick 5-day trades, basically designed to generate weekly income. And it's got some really good training in there. It's got some really good trade recommendations. The win rate's pretty high. I'll show you exactly what it is in just a few minutes here. And it has a huge subscriber base, 100,000 people, which is, I mean, it's pretty popular. That's quite a big service. So what do you get with it? Well, we'll go into the dashboard and have a look. So I'll leave a link to this full article so you can go through it. I'll update it as I go along, hopefully, and you guys can check out more information inside this full review. But let's look at the actual system, right? So like I always like to show people that I'm in the system, that I'm not just writing it from the sales pages. A lot of people who do reviews will just look at a sales page and rewrite it or something. I always like to show people that I'm actually inside the system and that I'm an actual real subscriber to these services. And so here it is, 5-day income trader. Trade less and more every week. Sounds good to me. You can get the alerts via text, email, and also inside the Slack setup as well, which I actually haven't done for this one yet. Here are the trade alerts, so they post them on the website as well. The weird thing to me is the last trade alert was the 29th of May, so I'm not sure if he's on vacation or not. I should probably try and message inside the Slack group. He probably is my guess, because it's been very regular, all these trades have been very regular since the last couple of weeks. So not quite sure what's happening there. A little disconcerting when you see that there's been such a big pause because currently it's June 11th, so it's been almost 2 weeks. Guess you can miss a couple of weeks. Not the end of the world, but definitely something interesting. So every trade is posted all the way back until September last year, and this is something I'm liking about NetPicks in general, is they do post their track records usually for quite a long time now. This is a newer service, it only started last year. Some of the other services that you probably have seen me review if you watch the channel actually go back like 5 years. This one is fairly new though, so there's less data, but it actually does show all data, which is nice. So you can see every single trade set up down here. Keep going down, all the way down here. And you can go all the way to page 7, like here, checking out some of these trades. So the cool thing is they do a lot of training as well. So if you're new to Iron Condors, there's a lot of Coffee and Condors live webinars where you basically go through the trades and talk about them. The training and videos has a lot of stuff about Iron Condors. Iron Condors are pretty easy once you know the basics of them. They sound complicated. I got put off of them for years, but they're actually pretty straightforward. And so, like the training and videos have modules in them which can help you figure out what brokers you might want to do. Basically, the options 101 training. So this could be for somebody who's pretty new to options. Like you could learn this pretty quickly if you're fairly new to options, especially if you're doing things like Iron Condors. I watched this Iron Condor masterclass, made it really easy to understand what an Iron Condor is. And then there's also stuff about closing and rolling condors if things aren't quite working out as they should. So overall, I'm quite impressed with the training videos. I like the fact you can have a Slack group where you can talk to other people. Let's go back here. What I did is I actually got the data from the website. So if you go in here, see where it is, try and find it. So probably, yeah, so like I looked at this one. So here's an example of a trade alert, one of the first few trade alerts where it was alerted on the 23rd of September 2024. And you can see what they basically tell you to do. There's actually two trades here. So there's trade one, which is SPY, and it tells you what to do. Total premium collected, and then the reason is we expect SPY to remain range bound this week. That's what iron condors are good for. Yet despite softening volatility, we can still collect $60 in premium. Keep in mind most brokers will allow entry of all four strikes at once in one ticket. However, placing separate call and put credit spreads is fine. Trade 2 was on XBI, so you can see that right there. And it's the same story. So what I did, and hopefully I can go back and do this, is I matched this up with the actual system here. I went all the way back to those actual trade alerts. Actually, sorry, I matched them to the spreadsheet. So we go to the spreadsheet right here. And so I highlighted these two trades. So the two trades, the one on SPY was the first one. The second one was here. And I just wanted to see how far out in expiration they were going. And they were basically going out like a few days to a week. So they were looking at options that expire on the 27th, and they were entering on the 23rd. You find that tab again, the 23rd. And so you can see the results from those particular trades were full profits right here. So that takes us to the spreadsheet here. And one of my biggest problems with this is it doesn't actually tell you what dates these trades were entered. It gives you the expiration of the trade, so it gives you a rough idea if you say 7 days earlier or whatever. But it's it doesn't actually give you the trade entry date, which makes it difficult. So it's a little bit frustrating. I wish they'd done that a little bit better. They've been pretty good on all the other services. If you've seen my videos on the other services, they've been a bit better than this. This is a little bit less organized and basically could do with a little bit of work. So what I did is I just calculated the profit and loss and the win rate. The win rate is actually a little bit on the low side. It's 73%. So for iron condor trades, you'd be hoping more for like 80%, which maybe over time it would come up to about 80%. But the biggest problem is the losses tend to be a lot bigger than the losers. The losers. So you have to have that high win rate, and 73% is borderline. You want to start getting up to 80, 85% for these trades to be profitable over the long run. So anyway, they do have them documented, and they do them on tickers from all these different tickers. It looks like SPY is popular, Accuser and IWM are popular, Gold, GLD even is very popular. They repeat. So that's kind of the track record. It looks fairly convincing. Overall, I do love the service. I think it's simple, it's straightforward. If you're new to Iron Condors and you want to learn, I think this would be a good place, especially with the Slack community, the regular Coffee and Condors, live streams where you can ask questions, the different modules with the training stuff in there. I think it's a pretty good place to start if you're looking for some Iron Condor trading. So definitely check it out. Jay definitely has some credibility for sure, and this system does look pretty good to me. And my review hopefully reflects that. Again, I'll leave the link for my review, and you can read all the details and stuff that maybe I've missed out in this video, including my full conclusions and everything inside the actual review here. So hopefully that's helpful. I really recommend that you check out this review. Check out the webinar in particular because I think Jay's going to do a better job explaining what this is about than I am, just because he's been doing this for the last 6 months plus, maybe actually more like 9 months, and he really knows what he's doing and what the trades are all about. I don't really fully understand it. I haven't worked through all the different like why he's taking these trades exactly just yet. It's not really worth my time because to be honest, I probably won't be trading a lot of these Iron Condor trades. I've got other stuff to do, other trade systems, especially this one right here, which we call 0DTE SPX income spreads, which is daily and works really well. So definitely check out this page as well. Come and join us. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. All right, that does it for the NetPicks 5-day income trader service. Hopefully it's helpful. Make sure to sign up for the webinar. You're bound to learn something and sign up for the service if you like it. The best deal is offered at the end of the webinar. There really isn't a sales page outside of the webinar, so worth watching and hopefully that's helpful. I'll talk to you guys soon.